What up, New York John Nation? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, man. Coming with another edition of the True Blue Podcast. Beautiful day outside. Hope everybody enjoying the weather, man, over on the East Coast, man. It's nice, it's lovely. Getting that little summertime vibes coming back in a little bit, creeping in a little bit, man, after a pretty rough winter. So let's just get to it, man. I ain't gonna hold nobody up too long today. Just want to talk for a little bit about some things, man, regarding the New York Football Giants, man. I'm gonna start at what's been probably one of the hottest topics of the last few days, man, and that's one Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. possibly reuniting with this football team. A lot of people with very strong opinions on both sides of the fence, and where I'm at with it is I agree with the people that just say, look, man, I don't understand what the hype is about bringing him back. I just don't get it. I can't like pretend that I'm like, oh, let's bring Odell Beckham Jr. back. No, I just don't see the impact that he's going to have on this team, man. I'm not seeing it. I'm not really seeing the vision. I mean, maybe, just a veteran to help the young guys mentally, you know what I mean? But let's face it, man, on the field, it's just not, can't expect but so much, man. I really just don't know. Seem like there's expectations to me that just don't seem realistic or even really possible at this point. And look, I love ODB, man. I love me some Odell Beckham, man. Huge fan. I mean, he did amazing things for this franchise early in his career, man. He did amazing things. But he's far from that version, and he's even more fragile than he was then. Let's face it. That's my biggest concern. I know this guy's still a great athlete. I know people hyping up what he did in this flag football and whatnot. I know he's a great athlete. I get it. But come on, man. The proof is in the pudding. Numbers never lie. I'm going to just put these up here for you right now. This is the last 5 years of Odell Beckham Jr.'s NFL career. Numbers never lie. I mean, what he did in Cleveland, we know that was a complete mess over there in 2020. Only played 7 games for the Browns, 319 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2021, that was his last, to me, decent football season in a sense. Split with Cleveland and the Rams, but we know he played most of his actual football with the Rams that year. I don't think he really did too much in Cleveland as he was traded around mid-season or so. But 537 yards and 5 touchdowns. It was nearly Super Bowl MVP had he not gotten injured in the game. Tore his Achilles that year. Which is why he missed the 2022 season, because he tore his Achilles in his ACL. I mean, tore his ACL in the damn Super Bowl. So it resulted in him missing the entire 2022 season. Comes back to Baltimore in 2023. 14 games played. Once again, not a whole year. 565 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, come on now. Those are very, very modest numbers over the course of 14 games. 565 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2024 in Miami, whew. This dude actually appeared in 9 games and had a grand total of 55 yards. And obviously suspended and missed the entire 2025 campaign. Look, I'm not knocking Odell Beckham the athlete, because I love me some ODB, man. I do. But you got to separate the nostalgia from everything else, man. You got to separate it from the business right now. We are trying to rebuild something very, very special here, and bringing back guys that I just don't see their contributions being what we would like to see them be. I mean, look. Shout out to my guy Diallo. I put down a video yesterday that was like on point, man, with it. Like, look, do you really want to take a roster spot from a potentially great young talent that could develop on this football team to give it to Odell Beckham Jr., man, like think about it really in those terms. Think about it like that. Like you got to really remember, this is a team we have been bad for a very long time. Right now, I'm sorry. As much as I love Odell Beckham, what is he really truly going to bring to us right now on the field? What's he really truly going to bring? I just don't see it. I mean, if they do or to bring him back and he proves me wrong, my hat's off to him, man. I'll eat all the crow you want. But I just don't see it. You got to make me a believer when it comes to something like that. It's been too much right now, man. Like I said, shout out to Big Dash as well. Put out a nice video yesterday, man, about this subject, man. And I agree with a lot of what he had to say as well, man. Like I said, at best, I feel like maybe he could be a potentially good mentor in the receiver room. Yes, I'll give him that. But you got to come to the realization that Odell Beckham Jr.'s body has failed him throughout his NFL career, most of his career. I mean, I could be mistaken, but I feel like he's only played one complete season in his entire career. One complete season. And I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And yeah, it's not it, man. I just don't understand the hype around it and why it's even getting so much press and so much airplay, and people just seem to think that he's going to solve some kind of problems. This team, no, that's not solving anything. Like I said, I'll put the numbers back up again real quick, just for anybody that didn't see them. Just let that sink in. 2024, 9 games appeared with the Miami Dolphins, 55 yards. 55 yards. I'm sorry. That just ain't it. And I'm not trying to hear excuses about the team, the Miami Dolphins, the this and that. Nah. That's not no. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear about who else they had on the team. None of that. At this point, it doesn't. That's irrelevant. That's nothing. I'm sorry. That ain't helping out nothing. That ain't solving anything. I'd rather just continue building up the young talent now and developing the young talent and building a solid legacy to continue on and be good for years and years and years and years. Not looking for any short-term solutions, not looking for anything like that. That's been one of my big issues with this team in the first place. Too much recycling. Look, Odell Beckham Jr., once a Giant, always a Giant. To me, I would love to see him come back, sign one of those little one-day deals and retire as a New York Giant. Would love that, because that's what he should do. Because by far his best years of his NFL career were right here in New York City with the New York Football Giants. By far his best years. His career ain't did nothing but a slow downward decline since leaving here. So he should definitely retire as a New York Giant. But do I necessarily need to see him playing on the field as a New York Giant anymore? Look, I'm not with that. I'm not truly with it. Call me the bad guy, but I'm not with it. I don't see how he upgrades the receiver room, in all honesty. And if anybody can convince me otherwise how he upgrades the receiver room, drop it in the comments or something, man. Drop it in the chat, drop it in the comments, and we can talk about it. But I just don't see Odell Beckham Jr. coming in here and making some kind of an impact on this football team right now. And not, at least not on the field. So I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings, but that's as real as I can come with it, man. I might not be the smartest man in the world, but I know a little something about football. I know he's a great athlete, sensational. But I know that guy, I know he can't stay healthy. And I just don't think he got it anymore. Not on the NFL, not on NFL level, man. I don't think he has it anymore. That 2024 season in Miami had to be telling. I mean, come on. And that offense, and that's all he can muster in that offense. With the other talent that he had that was around him in that team, as far as receivers wise, where he wasn't even the primary threat, and that was still all he could come up with, you just can't do it. Why invest any money into that? Think about it, man. We have to move on. And you gotta know when to just put that foot down, man, and understand, look, we can't just take all y'all back, man. Can't just keep coming back. That ain't what we're here for. We're here to continue to progress and move upward. Can't look back at the old school, man. You gotta start doing things for the now. Got to move forward. So I can't with the Odell Beckham hype, man. I just can't do it. But shout out to ODB, man. And if he really wants to get want to get back in this game, man, then wish him the best of luck. But I preferably rather see him do it elsewhere. That's just how I feel about it. But let's talk about something else, man. Let's move on a little bit because I hate to be sitting up here seeming like I'm talking bad about a guy that I absolutely love, man. What's going on, no Mets, man? Appreciate you popping in, bro. What is good with you, man? Hope all is well with you, bro. I was just talking about Odell Beckham, man. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm just kind of good on that. I was just talking about that. So I see you on the same page with me about it, man. Definitely on the same page, man. Like that's where I'm at with it. I just look. I don't want to sound like a mean asshole, but I just don't see what he does for this team right now. I just don't. I mean, well, no, I was hot then. I remember exactly the night when he got traded. I remember what I was doing, where I was at, and I remember my reaction. And I wasn't happy that night. I was angry that night because he was still that dude then. He was absolutely that dude then, but he ain't that dude now. I mean, look, he was a playmaker and he was dynamic, and while he was with us, he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I mean, yeah, I didn't appreciate that either. That was a low blow, but that was the quarterback that he had his best years with. No matter what, he'll never be able to deny that. That was the quarterback he had his absolute best years with as a professional. So I didn't really appreciate that, but I can't deny that I was pretty upset when he was shipped off at that time because he still was a baller at that point. And it was kind of a shock to the system. You draft a young quarterback in Daniel Jones, then you trade off his absolute best weapon. That didn't make sense, and we see some of the results of all of that and how it all kind of just spiraled completely out of control. I'm not blaming it all on that trade, obviously, but it just things really spiraled out of control at that point. But I was getting ready. I opened up the show talking about that, and I kind of said all I really had to say about one Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., man. But he said he always made comments as if he wanted out of New York, New Jersey. Well, I mean, look, he was young then, and you know how them young boys was back then, man. They wanted to be out there in the California sun. So it is what it is. You know, at this point, we've seen the Odell Beckham saga kind of play out, and I'm good on it. Like I said, I'm good on it. The only thing he could do for me at this point is if he was in this locker room as a what you call it, man. If he was in here as a like some kind of locker room leader, mentor type thing. But I think people were actually expecting to bring him back and like he's going to be some kind of big time contributor on the field. I'm not buying in on that. I can't buy in on that. Yeah, he's out there. Went out to the owner meetings and everything, man. I was talking to John Harbaugh. Look, Harbaugh even came out and said he wouldn't be completely against it. So look, and Harbaugh's vision is whatever Harbaugh's vision is. I'm definitely not going to question choices or decisions that he makes. Come on, Mac. Why does your AI cartoon character look like the dad from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Oh man. What's going on, Joe, man? Appreciate you popping in, man. I don't know, man. It's just the way it came out, bro. I mean, yeah, it is what it. That's why at this point, that's where I'm at with it. It is what it is. But I just I'm not going to allow myself to slip into that delusional phase of thinking, a way of thinking that he's going to come in here and everything's going to be all right. The receiver room, that's going to make all the receivers on this team better. He's going to, be this guy that we can rely on. I just don't. I'm not buying into that. Not going to buy into that. I just, so I'm good with it. Like I said, I don't feel like this team needs them. I don't think this team is the kind of team that needs to bring somebody like him back into the fold. I just don't. I won't agree with it. What's going on, Uncle G man, New York, NYG? So how's it going, Mac? Just popping in, a fellow Giants diehard here. Also in the works of doing Giants content, creating myself. Already started with shorts using my dog Dexter. All right, man, I have to look you up, man. I'm gonna check you out, man. Hit that subscribe button over here, and I'm definitely gonna do the same thing for you, brother. No doubt indeed, man. But Mac, I like the new imagery. Like the new imagery, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. Trying to, do some things, try to upgrade some stuff, man. Try to get it right. Get a spot to a young boy. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Once again, shout out to my guy Dealer because he brought this up yesterday on his video that he made. Like he said, shout out to him, man. Like he said, man, do you really want to take a roster spot from a good young talent to give it to Odell Beckham? I mean, really let that shit sink in. At this point in time, that's not the direction this team needs to be going in. So when the Giants fans say it is what it is, it means that the situation is so pathetic effed up that we just got to deal with it. Pretty much, bro. Pretty much. I mean, he could possibly do that. Benny Boone from Facebook. I appreciate you stopping in, man. He definitely I could agree with that he could possibly do that, but do we really need that? Like that? Is that like a reason to bring him back just off just that alone? Because like I said, I just don't believe he's gonna bring too much to the field. I just don't. I'm just not convinced. Oh yeah, I don't think he's here. I was just talking about the video he made yesterday, though. I'd rather see Bryce Ford Wheaton get play over signing OBJ. I'm kind of almost at the point where I've been giving up on this kid as well, honestly, though. If I'm going to be real, I mean, pretty much then kind of gave up on him. But once again, since I got a couple of new people in the chat right quick, man, I'm going to throw these numbers up one more time for anybody that wasn't here and see him earlier. This is Odell Beckham Jr.'s last 5 years of NFL in the NFL. I mean, that's what it is. That's what we're like, yeah, let's bring that guy back. Look at 2024. 9 games played with Miami, 55 yards. Like, come on, I can't get with that. I'm not trying to get with that, man. So she got Uncle G Man says much appreciated, but I'm on the subject of Odell. Look, if we pick him up, it's going to be on a vet minimum. So if anyone is thinking he is coming to be a savior, is silly. Well, yeah, I definitely agree with that, but I feel like we got some Giant fans that are thinking that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you got some people that seem are convincing themselves that he's going to come in and be like the number 3 receiver, and I'm like, don't quite see that. I don't see that happening. I don't. Who's he knocking out the box to be the number 3 receiver on this team at this point? You can feel any way you want about Darius Slayton, but I don't think he's coming in and just leapfrogging over Darius Slayton. I don't believe that. Draft a wide receiver and give him some play. Yeah. He would be picked up to be a locker room leader and veteran presence. That's the most value I believe he can bring right now, if I'm being honest. He said, yeah, no. I would take Odell over Jalen Hyde. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. But come on. That's not that bar that's not a high bar to get over anyway. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to take him over Jalen Hyde. I don't know why Jalen Hyde is still on this team either, but I don't know. We'll see. Dart and Sabres and Neighbors asked for him. Look, for those guys like that, you know what I mean? Sure. Those guys like that would love having an Odell Beckham Jr. around in the room. But I'm talking about just the team, the actual team itself, the whole team. And I'm just not with it, man. He's also a distraction. Possibly could be. He possibly could be. But I would say one thing about that is by him having played here in the past when he was actually a superstar, he has experience dealing with this media as well. So I would say he would probably be able to navigate that and maybe limit distractions from that standpoint. Honestly, he hasn't been the same since he left the Giants. That's the facts. That's what I'm saying. His career has done nothing but gone downward since leaving New York. Hall of Fame trajectory while here, downhill since leaving. And I mean, that's just a fact. We ain't good, but we should be good on that. I agree. We're not good. We haven't proven to be good yet, but doing some things here to try to make some moves, man, and be a different football team. And part of this building process, I don't think needs to include him. Well, we all have mentally ill fans. Can't stop that. Yeah, I mean, people are entitled to their opinions, and I'm not going to I can respect people's opinions, but at the same time, I don't have to agree with them. You know, that's just where I'm at with it. I just don't see what he's doing for this football team. He's not going to come in here and be wide receiver 3 behind Neighbors. So you think it's Neighbors, Mooney, Odell? No, that's not going to be how this works. I'm sorry, like I said, and I'm not even a Darius Slayton fan. You can have your opinions of him, but he's been a more productive receiver in the last 5 years than Odell Beckham Jr. Whether you like it or don't like it. Odell is one of those guys like Rodgers. The media perception is way different than what his teammates think. I can agree with that for sure. I mean, I think I've never really heard much of a problem people having like his teammates having any problems with him. I can definitely say that. Taking Gunner over Hyde and OBJ. I mean, I want Gunner on the team anyway, for sure. Hyde, like I said, kick rocks. I don't know why he's still here. The OBJ thing to me, like I said, I just don't see what he's bringing to the table at this point, and I don't see him being worth any kind of real investment, man, as far as anything other than a locker room guy, a guy that just help these young kids develop. You're just not going to get very much on the field at this point, at this stage of his career. He's a fragile individual, and He's played one full season his entire career. Since 2014 is when his career was a rookie till now. One full season his entire career. Come on, man. What's going on, Coach Ed? Shout out to my guy, Coach Ed. Make sure you go subscribe to Coach Ed, man. Coach Ed Sports. Amazing things over there, man, covering the entire world of sports, man. You get it all with Coach Ed, man. Make sure you go sub up to Coach Ed. Dude, we got Burger Flipper, Evan Neal, and Zudu Hyatt. Why not Odell at this point? Well, look, those guys are still young. Those guys are still standing on their last legs also. I don't expect any of them to make it out of camp, to be honest. And if they do, then maybe we put together one hell of a coaching staff. Because if you can get those guys coached up to the point where they even survive, make it out of training camp, then maybe we on to something. But those guys are young guys. So I can't really make that same comparison. Odell Beckham Jr. is talking about a 12-year veteran, man. A 12-year veteran with a terrible medical history. I'd rather see Gunner too. I mean, I like Gunner. Oh yeah, I like Gunner. I wouldn't mind seeing him get a little more offensive reps, man. He looks like he make some plays out there. Gunner is nice when he gets targets. Yeah, I mean, he's been effective. He proved to be effective. Damn, usually it's the opposite. They do well when they leave us. Yeah, usually, but he was doing so good when he was here. It was kind of, not that easy to do a whole lot better. He was phenomenal when he was here. Absolutely phenomenal. Even if he is used sparingly, he will catch anything that is thrown his way. Can we say that about Slayton or Hyde? Look, I'm definitely not comparing hands. I know he got way better hands than both of those cats. I'm just saying, from a production standpoint, Slayton at least has been more productive than him over the last few years. And I know injuries play a part in that for Odell Beckham, obviously, but he's been more productive, and that's just facts. No matter how you feel about Darius Slayton, that's just facts. Like I said, and I'm not comparing hands. Obviously, Odell Beckham got, no matter what, his hands are still way better than theirs. Says more like mentally challenged fans. Mooney is Slayton cloned, basically, so not sure how that's going to go. Yeah, but Mooney is still, I feel like he's still better than Darius Slayton. I feel like he's still been a more consistent pro than Darius Slayton. And Mooney, man, he just has the way, man. I mean, I know Slayton always has that way too, breaking open downfield and set up for a big play, and he drops the ball, lets you down. But I think we got a guy in Mooney, man, that's going to come in, and I'm not expecting him to be some kind of savior to the room either, obviously. But as of right now, how things stand right now, I would put him as receiver number 2 on this roster as things stand right now. And I'm okay with that. He was a guy I kind of wanted in free agency. They went out and got him, and I'm okay with that. Giants fans got to stop wanting to relive the past. No old GOAT can help this organization on the field or in the locker room. Yep, I said that, man. It's too much of that, man. Too much of like trying to bring back the old, man, trying to recycle the stuff, man. Recycle. I don't think, that's no doubt, Coach Ed, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. You do great things over there, man. So I'm digging the show. I'll be checking you out every time you go live. Bleed green forever. I appreciate you, Benny Boone, Bleeds Green. Appreciate you, man. Uncle G, man, New York, NYG. But that's what we're working with. Exactly. That's what we're working with right now. And I mean, I hopefully some way maybe we can upgrade in the draft. And honestly, for what it's worth, there's going to end up still being more cap casualties along the way, man. So you never know who else may become available along the way from a free agent standpoint. Somebody else might get waived, cut, whatever, it's a cap casualty. It happens, man. It's a lot more to still go down as we continue to build up and get ready for this 2026 campaign, man. It's definitely a lot more. A lot more to come, man. Says not true. Anyone offensive weapon that played with Eli, they've played worse once they left the team. Didn't have Eli as the quarterback. That is a fact. No Mets. One of my favorite arguments when I tell people about why Eli, another reason why Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't really want to get off on that tangent right now, but that's an absolute fact, my guy. And it's proven fact of people leaving this football team and playing much worse after Eli Manning wasn't their quarterback no more. And they didn't all go on to play with bad quarterbacks either. It just didn't seem to work out. Jeremy Shockey is a huge one. Another guy, Hall of Fame trajectory while he was here in New York, playing with Eli. And when he had his little hissy fit and wanted to get released and traded, whatever, wanted to move on, his career went completely downhill. Barely even knew who the hell he was anymore. He was just one. He's a big one. Hakeem Nixon, no injuries played a part in his thing too, but also the same thing. And you can go on and on and on with that with a bunch of guys. That it didn't pan out. So another reason why Eli should be in the Hall. But I'm not getting ready to go off on that tangent right now. I can't. If I go down that road, we'll be here all night. And I want to enjoy some more of this nice weather outside before but all of them, right? And if that's what we're working with, how could anyone bark at Odell? Because I'll take Odell all day over both of them. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Mooney, I like Mooney. I wanted to bring him in. At this point, Odell, just to me, he's just too fragile, man. That's one of my biggest things. It's not even so much about the age. It's just the mileage. He's a fragile guy, man. He just one complete season in his whole entire career. I can't get that out of my head. I can't get out 2024 out of my head either, because down there in Miami, he wasn't even the star. He wasn't the one, the two. He wasn't even the one or the two over there. And yet all he could manage in 9 games was 55 yards. That's going to stick out to me, man. I just can't. Eli got guys paid. Absolutely. Kevin Balls, Martellus Bennett. Yeah, he got guys paid. The season Martellus Bennett had here with Eli Manning, he was so explosive that the New York Giants could not afford to retain him in free agency. We couldn't afford to bring him back. Wanted to, but couldn't afford to. He became too expensive for the New York Giants. That's how good a season he had with Eli. Martellus Bennett. Like I say, people always try to make the argument Eli didn't make people better. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Eli was a dog, man. He better get in that Hall of Fame because he deserves to be there, man. Kevin Boss hit free agency, got paid, and didn't play well once Eli wasn't his quarterback. Nope. Another guy, just forgot all about him. Just went off into the pastures. And there's a list of other guys. Absolutely. That list is long. I went to the gym in Oregon, is doing well. I mean, that's good for him, man. I mean, I don't have no ill will against any of these guys. It's just that facts are facts. Keep up the content. Thank you, Micah. I really appreciate that, man. I don't see a problem with Odell if he knows his role and is willing to lead and teach plus step in sometimes. Problem is fans are going to think it's 2019 OBJ. ODB, yeah. I agree. That's a great comment, Joe. Because I agree with it wholeheartedly, and that's it. If they are to go that route and bring him in, then it needs to be, he needs to understand you're not here, you're not a star anymore. You're not that guy anymore. Yeah. You lead these young guys, you guide them, you show them how to be pros, you show them how to prepare themselves. You want to be that guy, sure. And then occasionally we might need you out. We need you out there. Occasionally you go out there and make a play here, a play there, and he can accept that kind of role. I wouldn't be against that. F what he's doing now. Did I say this respectfully? I please don't misinterpret the expletives as disrespect. I got you. It's all good, man. You said, what did he do for Eli? Do after Eli? Not a damn thing. As we just established, not a damn thing. But the Browns is the Browns. Yeah, I mean, sure. He didn't go to the most ideal place, but he went to, at that point in time, one of the young quarterbacks in the league. People thought, Baker Mayfield was expected, I mean, sure, things kind of went a little sour for him in Cleveland, but coming off a pretty, successful rookie season, people thought that, Baker Mayfield was going to be that next thing over there in Cleveland. Unfortunately, Cleveland has a way of just doing that to everybody. So it didn't work out for him over there either. So at the time, it didn't necessarily look like he was getting traded into a terrible situation. I mean, you had Jarvis Landry over there. That was at that time also a pretty nice little young receiver in the league, a former teammate. Him and Odell Beckham were teammates in college, So it didn't necessarily on paper look like he was going into a bad situation. But I guess no matter what, Cleveland is just a bad situation. Let's face it, they're just a bad situation. But I do want to get to another thing real quick. I mean, we've been on Odell for quite a while. I didn't expect to be talking about him that long, but we'll talk about another thing. Number 5 overall pick in the draft. Draft coming up in a couple of weeks, and I definitely wanted to talk about that number 5 overall pick because that's also seeming to try and divide the New York Giants fan base yet again. You got people who are strong and want one of those defensive guys. I am one of those people. Just want to make that quite clear. I am one of those people that are thinking all about the defense right here with that number 5 overall pick. But you also got some guys, people that are like, hey, Jeremiah Love is there. Let's take him. And look, Jeremiah Love's a great talent. He's a great running back. He's a great playmaker. He can do a lot of different things in your offense. And here's where I'm at with it. Once and for all, as much as I want like a Sonny Styles, a Caleb Downs, if Arvell Reese for some reason was to slip down to us, whatever. As much as I would want any one of those guys, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm going to be extremely pissed if they took Jeremiah Love. If that was Harbaugh's vision and that was the way he went, I'm not going to exactly question it either. I'm just going to, I'll still be good with it because I know we're still adding a dynamic playmaker in the mix. But here we are, April 1st, 2026. Your boy MacDaGiantsFan is here on the record, letting you know that number 5 overall pick, I want the linebacker Sonny Styles. That's exactly who I want. I'm making no bones about it. That's who I want. But who the hell am I to question future Hall of Fame head coach John Harbaugh if he went in a direction like Jeremiah Love? I'm nobody to question that. And I'd be good with that's also another direction as well. Offensive line, interior offensive line for sure. We need some guard help severely. Like we desperately need some help at guard because I have absolutely no faith in Evan Neal or Joshua Azudu developing into competent NFL offensive linemen. So we are desperate for help at the guard position. And I'd be open to that as well. Like I said, who am I to question whatever they do? All I can do is speak on is what I know I want. My vision, the vision that I see. And I see a defense that is still desperate to get some real true dogs over there. I know we made some moves in free agency, but you can't be satisfied with just that because this team was so terrible defensively last year. I mean, absolutely terrible. And like I said, this offense right now, as it is, stands on paper, I think can still go out there and make noise and score points and do what you need them to do because they did it most of last year. But it was continuously the defense letting them down in critical situations. And we need to start doing something to put a stop to that. That's why that's my vision is the defensive side of the football. But I guess we'll all have to wait because there's so much speculation out there, man. And you just never know what they're really going to do. And OBJ was taking shots at Eli when he was on the Browns. This was the first time I've ever got the ball thrown to me where it needed to be. Yep. I thought about it. I mean, look, he took some cheap shots, but at the end of the day, like I said, he'll never be able to deny where his best years was and who quarterback had him on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Which quarterback was throwing him the ball? So, I mean, that's just stuff that young guys do, man. I'm sure he's grown up and matured from that type of attitude. There aren't really any bad options at 5. That's true. I mean, yeah, there's not because, look, those things. I mean, Jeremiah Love to me doesn't address necessarily a need, but he's just a phenomenal talent. But the offensive lineman definitely that guard. That's a need. That's a need and something we really need to a position we need to upgrade, obviously. But like I said, I'm Team Sonny Styles. I'm all about upgrading this defense. Like that's who I want. That's my guy. That's my vision. But who knows, man? Who knows what they're really going to do? And like I said, I am absolutely no one to question John Harbaugh. I'm just not. Said Bobby Skinner and Pat Leonard convinced me that the GOATs should go O-line. I want Love to look. We'll see, man. We'll see what they do, man. Look, like I said, that's all we can do is wait and see. I mean, some of us going to be right, some of us is going to be wrong. I want this to stop dividing the fan, but I feel like people feel like they feel the need to like, look, everybody's not going to always agree. Like I said, I just sat there and told y'all what my vision is. That's what I want. Don't mean that's what they're going to do. But what I don't want to see is us pass up on Sonny Styles and then the Washington Commanders a couple picks later cash in on that. And then we got to see that man 2 games a season. That's what I don't want to happen. But another story for another day, man. That's some badass linebackers that's there in the second, too. There are. There is. Couple of really good guys, man. A couple of guys I like. Like I said, my guy out of Texas Tech really rising up. I don't know if 37 might still be a little bit of a reach for him, but he's nice, man. His name Rodriguez or something, I think. Out of Texas Tech, can't remember his name offhand right now, but he's nice. He's definitely one that I'm trying to that I would love to be able to maybe possibly get a hold of. We need a D tackle in a second. I mean, you got to see how the first goes, though. I mean, that stuff that would depend, man, because we got to see which direction they go in the first. Says Burns needs help on defense. He does, because last year it was ridiculous. But as we saw, after we got rid of that dead weight known as Shane Bowen, saw some of these guys start to perk up a little bit. Abdul Carter played his absolute best football after Shane Bowen was gone. Darius Alexander also began to come up after Shane Bowen was gone. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, secondary was still atrocious, but we'll see. What's going on, Big Lou? What's happening in the chat, man? Go shout out. So what's going on, man? Go make sure y'all go subscribe to my guy G Nation Sports, man. Subscribe to Big Lou over there at G Nation, man. I don't know what you're doing if you ain't subscribed to G Nation. You should be locked in over there, man. Giants should trade Dex while his value is still high. Always something to consider. But you got to have a plan already in place before you make that move, I feel like. And that person's not on the roster quite yet, I don't think. So I think before you just make that move, you got to have a plan in place.
Others at Pro Day, Falcons signed quarterback
I'm sorry.
Holmes, linebacker D'Angelo Malone, NFLPA voices safety.
I apologize, y'all. My Alexa device went off all crazy, threw me off. Definitely apologize for that. But Lou, G Nation Sports, what up? Off the biceps. I'll drop a link. You want to come on? You can hop on, Lou. I got you. Hold on. I'll drop the link for you in the chat. But Dex is being shopped. Kayvon is being shopped. Darius Slayton will end up in Miami to help with Malik Willis. Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez. That's who I was talking about. Jacob Rodriguez. He's a baller too, man. Like he's definitely a guy, man. See, I don't know. 37 might be a little bit high for him, but I like him, man. He's one of those guys, man. He's just one of those. He's a linebacker, you know what I mean? He's just one of them classic linebackers, man. I just like watching the way he plays football. What's your biggest need on the defense? Right now, I'd still say it's back in the secondary, man. I think secondary is still a big question mark. I mean, made a lot of moves in free agency, but the secondary to me is a huge question mark. We need some guys that more versatile players back there that can do a little bit more. Guys that can hold up better in coverage, and just need a lot of work back there. And hopefully, I mean, we'll see. They made a lot of moves. Maybe something can pan out. We are not using the 5th pick. We are trading back and taking a corner first. Christian Harris, San Diego State. I mean, that could be an interesting move as well. So we'll see. I don't know. That's another way to go, another potential way to go. KC Concepcion at 20, Jacob Rodriguez in 2nd round. That would be definitely all right. Right there. That would be definitely all right, man. But look, a lot of different ways this team can go, man. A lot of different ways they can go with that number 5. A lot of different things they can do. You know, I know I've been doing mock drafts and playing around with some things and doing some different things on them. And I know that's a fantasy world, but just wishing that sometimes some of this stuff could actually play itself out. The Giants, man, look, right now we're headed. I feel good about the direction we're headed in, man. I really, really do. Yeah, I agree. Man. I mean, like people know. I mean, we know what the talent he has, man. But I think he's not getting talked up enough. I do agree. He's not. He is a guy that's definitely brings something to the table, man. And like I said, I'm excited for the draft. I'm excited for to watch this whole process continue to play out, man. Because this team ain't gave me much to be excited about. They just haven't, man. It's been terrible year after terrible season, man. And I'm ready for things to start looking in a better direction, man. I'm ready for things to just get better. And that's what I want, man. And that's why, like I said, in my perfect world, we take Sonny Styles at 5. It's been far too long since this team has invested a 1st-round pick in a linebacker. Far too long. And I think it will be terrible, like I said, to watch us pass over them and possibly go right to our enemies a couple picks later in Washington. Because I guarantee you he won't get past that. He will not with Bobby Wagner going out the door. Sonny Styles will not get past the Washington Commanders if we pass up on them. So that to me, that's something I'm not prepared to see. What's going on, Big Lou?
What's going on, my brother?
Ain't nothing, man. I was just out here talking for a little bit, talking some shit because things been a little bit of stuff popping off, so I just had to talk about it a little bit. Got the Yeet shirt on. I see you with the Jey Uso on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nah, so first off, Happy New Year's, my brother. But yeah, man. I think we're in a good spot. We'd have been in a much better spot at number one, but it really doesn't matter because you don't got like 3 or 4 quarterbacks coming out in this class where the number one position would be a prime pick that people would be trading for. But nonetheless, still at number 5, we're in a position where we can trade back just a few spots. I'm not talking about nothing major, trading out of the first round or trading all the way to the end of the first round. But we're in a position where we can jump back 5, 6 spots, maybe just 5. I would like to stay at 5. Trade back from 5 to 10, maybe, pick up another first round for next year, a 3rd round pick for this year, and maybe a few others, wheel and deal and make something shake. But we can still move back 5 spots in the first round, still get a top 10 guy and get a 3rd round pick this season so that we can try to build this team through the draft, right? Because you never want to build a team through free agency. You want to supplement through free agency and build through the draft, get these guys in the door young, get them to buy into your program, develop them, coach them up, and turn them into all pros, right? So when the guys that are here are rolling out, phasing out, you got the new guy stepping in, taking that role, and it's not a big difference in play, right? You want to properly build a team through the draft. So I think they've done a brilliant job with the free agency, and I can't wait to see how this draft is going to play out because Harbaugh is coming from a different division altogether where he was competing against Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals, right? And those rivalries have always been a rough, hard-hitting, kind of knockout, backyard brawl type of fight when those guys play each other. The Browns, the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens. It's a low-scoring, hard-hitting game most of the time. And if you look at the way he addressed the free agency was in a manner of which if he was still over there. And that's what us old Giants fans, we get excited about that because historically when the Giants have been great, it's been a hard-hitting, ferocious defense and an offense that was predicated off of the run, right? We pound the ball down your throat, pause, right? And then play action, pass when necessary, but control the pace, control the time of possession, wear out the defense, and take your shots when they're given to you.
Facts. That's the direction I love. I love watching us go into that direction. Like I said, when he just bringing in Pancake Pat, that's just telling you what that's a statement kind of a sign. That's letting you know exactly what this team is gearing up to be and prepared. And that's what I like. A team, you can see a direction, something we haven't seen in years. We haven't seen a real direction. Everything has been all over the place, whatever, here, there, everywhere. I don't know what to expect. No identity. When you make signings like that, that's a clear-cut identity. You know what we're trying to, what this team is trying to do, what they want to establish. You said that hard ground and pound. And we got the guys to do it, man. You got, like I said, you're gonna have young guys like Cam Scatterby hearing great things about his recovery. So looking like he'll be out there ready to go, and just guys like that running behind. I mean, him and Pat Ricard at the goal line. Forget about it, man. Forget about it. From at the 1 yard line, shouldn't nothing be ever stopping that. Even if you know it's coming, you still shouldn't be able to stop it. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. You say Caleb Downs Sonny Styles and Jeremiah Kobe will all be off the board before 15th pick.
Yeah. I'm not trying to leave. I'm not trying to leave the top 10. We're at 5. We can trade back to 10, right? Still get a top 10 player. Okay. And you know, if you get Sonny Styles at 10, which highly unlikely that he'll be there at 10, but you probably, you know, again, 10 is the limit for me. You can trade back with New Orleans to 8, perhaps, right? And Sonny Styles could still be there. You can still pick up a 3rd-round pick for this year.
I don't think Sonny Styles is getting past Washington, to be honest. I don't think so. I think Washington Commanders are going to take Sonny Styles if he is on the board.
Where are they picking at? 6? They picking at 6?
They're number 7. And I don't see them. I do not see them passing up on Sonny Styles if he's on the board at their pick. I can't even. Not in this world when they're just losing Bobby Wagner too. There's no way in the world.
Yeah.
Sonny Styles is getting past them at number 7 if he's on the board. So that's who I want. That's why I'm just want to stay at 5 and take Sonny Styles, point blank and period. I don't even want to gamble. I'm not a gambler, and I'm not really trying to roll the dice on that. I think I'd rather just get my guy, and he's a dog, man. I mean,
absolutely. That's what I want. So I'm in agreement with you.
So he did the combine.
We still have to figure out.
His pro day was official as well. Look. We need Sonny Styles. That's who I feel like this team needs. Need a player that can come in and potentially be a generational talent on the defense for years to come. And that's what this team needs. Bookends, what's going on, bro?
Are you wearing the LA Knight shirt?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That is funny, son. That is funny, son. Yo, no, listen. So when I took my son for the first time to go live and sit and get autographs and all that, we're standing out in the parking lot waiting to enter, right? Not the parking lot, but the front admission. And people just start going, yeet, and other people start going, yeah, right? So it became like a competition, right? And then it's just funny that I come on the show and I'm wearing the yeet t-shirt and you got the yeah. That's funny.
All right, let's see what Micah got. Let me see if we'll read this comment real quick. Micah said positional value versus first, BPA second. Stick to the board, let it come to you. We can run off like some bandits if we stick to the names on the back of the jersey, man. Look, I'm with it, man. Positional value. I mean, I with it. Like I said, and we got serious. We need linebacker. That's somewhere we need to upgrade. I mean, look, we got Tremaine Edmonds in the free agency, but we can't stop there. You know, Micah McFadden, we brought him back, but like I said, we need more. We need to get that linebacking core in check. So, like I said, nothing. That's where I'm at. Sonny Styles is my vision. That's who I envision the New York Giants adding come the draft first round.
That's my first choice. I also wouldn't mind if we got Caleb Downs.
I'd be okay with that too.
A dog at safety. We know that our defensive backs have let a lot of fourth quarter leads and leads dissipate. But as he stated earlier, a lot of that had to do with Shane Bowen. And when Shane Bowen left the building, you saw a different production out of these players. So I have a little more confidence that Deonte Banks will be able to be what we thought he was going to be and what we drafted him to be under this new regime. I think Paulson Adebo and Holland have a shot of stepping up their game and becoming something. So you get the right safety back there, you know, and you green dot that guy, let him call the plays and be the field general out there and, you know, start shutting some of this stuff down. You know, the defense has 3 phases. You know, you have your defensive front, your linebackers, and your defensive backs. And they have to work in unison. Each one of them has to know what the other guy on the field is doing so he knows how to play his position and play it efficiently. So it takes guys who are physical, yes, but they also have to be able to see what the offense is presenting to them, make decisions quickly, communicate to the rest of the guys on the field to make sure that everything works cohesively. So both of those guys are generals in their position. So Caleb Downs at the safety position or Sonny Styles at the linebacker position, I'm great with either one of those, but I would prefer Sonny Styles at 5 because we've not been able to stop the run for quite some time now. And I want that middle linebacker who's going to shut that ish down. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's where I'm at. I mean, like I said, I know Micah earlier you put a comment up where you said not to overhype Ohio State players. These guys are talented football players, man. They're talented football players. I'm taking nothing away from them. They're talented football players, bro. And like I said, if Sonny Styles' play on the field didn't already convince you, the workouts should definitely have. That's to me. That's what put it over the top for me with him. I already respected what he was doing on the field anyway, and then those workouts. That's everything can be. This is a very hardworking young man who is going to come in and not accept anything but greatness. And we need that kind of attitude in New York right now. That's why he's my number one guy for me. Because we need that kind of work ethic, that kind of guy, a guy that's going to come in and be determined to be great. Says you trust in Don Aponte and John Harbaugh to get linebackers in depth for the D line. I do. I guess I trust Harbaugh right now. I mean, he gives me no reason to not trust him. So, you know, like I said, I believe in his vision. I believe in whatever he's doing. Daniel Barry, man, what up, man? Happy Wednesday. Hey, everybody.
Look,
said not comparing, but never forget about Eli Apple coming out of Ohio State. Yeah, but that's different. I never liked Eli Apple. I didn't like him when we drafted him. I was not happy with that pick. Way back then, I wasn't making content on YouTube back then, but I was not happy with that pick way back then when we took him because he was a little child, he was a little kid, man. Anybody you coming into the NFL and your mama's still doing your laundry, I don't respect that, man. So I couldn't get jiggy with him. Anyway, this is to me is nothing of the sort. I know you're not comparing. You say you're not comparing them, but yeah, that's night and day. Sonny Styles and Eli Apple are night and day.
I do want to say in regards to that trusting Harbaugh statement, we trusted an unproven first-time head coach in Joe Judge because of his opening press conference. We trusted Brian Dable because he played under Nick Saban and he played under Belichick. I mean, coached under Saban and coached under Belichick. So the tree that he came from was supposedly trustworthy. This man is a Super Bowl proven future Hall of Fame head coach. If you're not going to put your trust in him, you'd be a hypocrite because you've put your trust in unproven first-time head coaches such as Joe Judge and Brian Dable and defended them in many cases. So you have to trust Harbaugh. Because at this point, there's nowhere to go but up. The New York Giants have hit rock bottom, in case you guys did not notice over the last decade.
Absolutely rock bottom. I trust him because Harbaugh hired him. That's why I trust him, because John Harbaugh hired him. Right now, I'm putting my trust in in his decisions right now. He hired him. I'm with it. I support it right now.
And you have to look at the general manager that Harbaugh sat under for so many years over there in Baltimore. He learned a lot under that GM, how to scout, how to draft, how to do a lot of the stuff that he's bringing over here, a lot of the tools that he has in his bag that are going to help rebuild this team to a winning organization. I mean, it's self-explanatory, and anybody who doesn't see that is not a real football guy. They're not a football historian.
And look, you say you never trusted Dable. I ain't gonna lie. After that first Tennessee game, I thought he was that dude, man. I was like, okay, we got a dog in. We got a coach that got some balls, but it all did kind of start to go downhill. That was definitely his highlight of the New York Giants coaching career, pretty much.
Going for it on fourth down.
Going for the winning and getting it done. Chase Besantis guard will be a Giant before it's all said and done. Maybe we'll see. Like I said, only time will tell. El Capitan, what is going on, Raphael, man? How you doing today, brother? Micah says Aponte is in charge of cutting and managing the roster salaries, doing a great job so far. Yep, so far so good. Says Tom Coughlin supports him. Yep, absolutely. Probably was a big part of how we got him in the first place.
And not trust his opinion.
Absolutely. He brought two of them to us. He brought two of them here for us, you know what I mean? So definitely believing in that. He should be getting in that Hall of Fame soon too. Hopefully. Good job, y'all.
Yeah, they can't do him like they did Eli. There ain't no way.
Well, he ain't got in the last couple of years either. He's been eligible. He still hasn't gotten in. So we'll see what happens, man, with those guys. Like I said, I ain't trying to go down that Hall of Fame rabbit hole right now because I'll be here all night talking about that. Said Dawn
I'm
only here
9:45 if you're not working.
I'm not working. I'm off tonight, so I'll hop on there with you too, brother. Later on, man, that'll give me time to get a little, wind down real quick, and then I'll hop back on there later on with you, no doubt. Dawn only here to manage the money. She's not taking on field decisions. Exactly. I'm good with that. She just come here and do her job, man.
Do you know your role and shut your mouth?
Absolutely. They need to get Eli and Tom the same year. That would be dope. Because I'd definitely be going out to Canton for that. I'd definitely be going out there for that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I was
they don't like them because they ruined their dream dynasty of New England.
Yeah, I was before you had came on, I was for like practically the whole first half hour plus of this stream, I was ended up talking about Odell Beckham, man. I know our opinions are a little bit different on the subject, a little bit. So I don't know if you want to talk about that real quick.
Look, I have no problem bringing him here on a vet minimum with some incentives on some prove it type of deal. Again, Harbaugh literally just a day and a half ago said one of the greatest people he knows, a great football player. And so when a head coach says that about you, that means he can count on you, or he would not say that. Now, do we expect him to come back on a vet minimum deal and be 2014 OBJ? Hell no. But is he better than Darius Slayton? Absolutely.
See, I'm going to disagree. Can't say it that strongly. I can't.
Because the numbers don't lie.
Yes.
If you look at the drop percentages between Slayton.
Well, yeah. I'm not. No, man. There's no debate about the hands. That's not debatable. He's significantly
What is the prime function of a wide receiver?
I get it, but look at these numbers. Look at these numbers, Lou. These are Odell Beckham's last 5 years in the NFL. These are his numbers. I mean, they just don't lie, man. I mean, there's no complete seasons there. Two completely missed seasons. And the last season where he did play, he played in 9 games and got 55 yards in 9 games. I'm just saying.
He also wasn't being targeted that much, and his quarterback had 2 concussions that season.
I mean, I love him, and don't get it twisted. Like I said, I love me some OBJ. I do, but I'm just not sure.
If nothing else,
be giving up roster spots
on a vet minimum deal. You get a veteran Super Bowl champion wide receiver who can help a Malik Neighbors, who's temperamental and emotional, much like he was when he came into the league, help him not make some of the mistakes he made, and teach these guys something about a work ethic, rehabbing, being the first one in, last one out guy, watching film, putting in that extra time, building that camaraderie in that wide receiver room.
And I agree with you that that would be somewhere where I think he'll bring value, but I just don't see it on the field.
And
man.
again, I'm saying on a vet minimum deal, and I'm not expecting him to be your number one target. You got Malik Neighbors, you got Isaiah Likely, you got Darnell Mooney, right? And then again, might not even be worth it because you might not have no 3 and 4 wide receiver sets too often. You might be running 2 tight ends. You might be running 11 personnel.
But I don't think he comes in. But that's what I'm saying, though. I don't even.
That's what I'm saying. So it might not even be worth it because you're not going to see a lot of 4 receiver sets with this offense.
But that's where I'm talking about. It would take to see him on the field at all. At least 4. I don't think he's coming in and even being number 3. That's where I'm at. He's not even number 3.
I think Likely is going to get most of them reps that the slot would get.
I mean, my opinion, he's not coming in and leapfrogging Darius Slayton on a depth chart. I just don't see it. I know how we all as Giant fans feel about Darius Slayton, but he's been a more productive receiver in the league the last few years than Odell Beckham has. I mean, it's just the reality of the situation. As far as staying healthy, being on the field, I know his hands are what they are, and we can all agree that they're trash. But I don't see him coming in and leapfrogging like that guy on the depth, leapfrogging people like that on the depth chart. I just don't really see it. Not at this stage, because Odell Beckham's his biggest issue his whole entire career is just not being able to stay healthy. I mean, this guy is made of glass, basically, it seems like. One full season his whole 12-year career. Well, if he plays this year, it'll be 12 years, I guess. One full season. And that's it. But like I said, I'm not totally against it, only in the regard of him understanding his role. And if he's willing to come in and be a leader and be a mentor and help build these young guys up. Tudo, what is going on in the chat too, Tudo? Appreciate you popping in, man. It says much love and respect to the Kings of New York Giant Media Podcast, future NYG Ring of Honor and media content creators. Appreciate the love, Tudo, man. Appreciate the love.
What a damn title. Yeah.
Appreciate that, Tudo. But he's still, I'm not questioning his hand. I'm not questioning the athlete that he is. It's just, to me, it's at this stage of his career, he wasn't able to stay healthy when he was young and dynamic. Now he's older and even more. I mean, it's just a reality. It's facts. He got more seasoning on him. Like, is he gonna all of a sudden just miraculously now be able to come in and be that healthy guy you can rely on for 17? I'm just not really buying into it. And once again, I'm gonna shout my guy Deal out one more time, because like on this video yesterday, like he said, do you really want to take a roster spot from a good young potential future talent on this football team to give it to Odell Beckham Jr. at this stage? I'm not really sure I want to do that, man. So it's a lot of variables, but we'll see. Like I said,
when you put it that way,
and that's from Dealer. I'm just kind of quoting what he was talking about yesterday on his video. I don't like to take credit for nothing that wasn't, I wasn't thinking about it till he said it. So I don't take credit from nobody. Dealer brought it up on his video. But yeah, so that's a big deal. You got to think about it from all of those factors and stuff, man. I love him. Don't get it twisted. Like I said, that's my guy. You see that right there? Got the little catch on the brim of the hat. You know what I mean? Zoom that thing. I got the catch on the brim of the hat right there. But at this stage, man, just not with it. Man. Not with it. I'd rather just kind of keep developing the way we develop them, man. Like the foundation's being laid. I'm not sure where his role would be in it. That's all. I love the guy. Don't get it twisted, but I don't necessarily think we need to really necessarily venture down that road. And that's another thing. That's a good actually go back up here to Iman said. Like that's another great point too as well. Even if we were to really think about bringing him in, we definitely need to get past the draft first and see what we do in the draft, how everything plays out in the draft. So that's another guy. It's not like we can go ahead and sign him tomorrow and that would make sense. You know what I mean? Like we definitely need to get to the draft and let that all unfold as well. You know what I mean? And see exactly if possibly there is maybe a place or a role on this team for him. Said Tudo said OBJ using big ass sticky oven mitts to catch the ball.
Jesus Christ.
It's a possibility. Like you said, it could be.
It is a possibility. But at the same time, you have to remember we have no third round pick. So as it stands, we have the 5th overall pick, the 37th overall pick, and then our next pick is 105.
Yeah, and that's so. I feel like we got to find a way to get back into the third round some kind of way. I think we got to find a way to get into the third round.
We have to.
Well, another reason why is because now doing these mock drafts, I'm realizing there's a lot of good talent in that area of the draft, and that we're missing out. We're missing out on. You know what I mean? Good prospects that we're missing out on right in that range of the draft, and we don't have a.
By the time we're up again, the drop off is so immense that you're like, I'm not drafting this guy here. You know, so because you never want to reach.
Mr. Zoe, welcome aboard, man. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like, man. Really would appreciate it. But how about bringing them in as a mentor? The thing about that is, like I said, are we going to give up take a roster spot away from somebody else that can maybe actually give us some actual value on the field, just to have him around as a mentor? I mean, we got to, like I said, it's variables. It's like Meek Mill said, it's levels to this shit, man. It's levels to it. And you got to think about it from every aspect right now. The nostalgia OBJ, man, I'm always going to be on board with that. I love him. I love everything he did for us during the time when he was here, man. But at this point, I'm not sure I really want this version of OBJ. I'm not sure I'm ready to take that risk. So OBJ joining the Giants should be a talking point this offseason. We need young guys and we need to find gems. OBJ had his time. No more spins with the Giants. Damn. All right, no Mets. I mean, I know your opinion is always strong when it comes to that. I get it. Nah, it's just I just want like people to understand that, because there actually are people that believe that, bring OBJ back and he's going to be like that 2014 OBJ.
No,
there's people that actually had that in their mind. There are people out there that are that delusional.
He's not that same elite threat anymore. The injuries and everything have tamed that down a lot. What he does give you is football IQ, awareness, somebody that you have to account for on the field, regardless. And that's where he can be a threat. If we were an offense that was running 4 or 5 receiver sets, then yeah, you can't tell me that even as the number 4 receiver, there's not a lot of number 4 DBs that can cover OBJ one-on-one. So, but this offense is not being built for a 4 or 5 receiver set. If you look at the moves that have been made, bringing in a Pat Ricard, right? Trying to address the offensive line. And so it lets you know that it's going to be a run first, tough, ground and pound type of game, which doesn't leave much room for 4 receiver sets. When you bring in a guy like Isaiah Likely and you already have a Theo Johnson, and you re-sign the other tight end, Manhurts, it kind of tells you what type of offense it's going to be, and it's not going to be an offense that runs a lot of 3 receiver sets, much less 4 or 5 receiver sets. you're more than likely to see 2 tight end sets or running formation, So I don't think it really becomes an issue. It's just fun to talk about for some people, but I don't think it will be. Lou, please don't bring up OBJ in the locker room. He's a drama queen everywhere he goes with an effed up hamstring, limping all day. Won't take him even if it was.
My fault.
Lou didn't bring it up, too.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, it's funny, but I do like I said, I do agree. He's just always hurt, man. And he was always hurt when he was younger. I'm not thinking he's just going to all of a sudden be a healthy guy now at 30, whatever he is. And with his injury history, now missing yet another season last year. Now, last year he didn't miss because of injury last year. He just missed because of some suspension, the PED suspension or whatever. But still, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like I said, it's a lot. I'm curious to see how it does all play out. That's what I am. I'm curious to see how it's going to end up ultimately playing out. Because, like I said, I've been on the record this offseason, and Harbaugh I trust. If he makes that choice, he pulls that string. I'll say it again. I am nobody to question the decision making when it comes to football decision making of John Harbaugh. I do not have that kind of resume to question his decisions. So
nor I.
So I'm going no matter what. I'm good with whatever choice he makes, man. I'll put it that way. Whatever choice he makes.
Yep.
But if you want to say any last thoughts on anything before we get ready to wrap up, so that way you can get ready for your stream, I'll hop on there with you too later.
All right.
I have a little bit of time.
Make sure you tap in the MacDaGiantsFan, man. Hit that subscribe button, that bell icon, so you'll be notified every time that he posts to go live. I believe we will be doing the mock draft sometime together this week. You free tomorrow?
It depends what time, but yeah, I'm not working.
Okay, so we'll probably have a mock draft for you tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Make sure you tap in G Nation Inside Sports, hit that subscribe button, that bell icon, man. But as far as football goes, man, the New York Giants are heading in a good direction. Whether they do or do not entertain the OBJ scenario. Coach Ed, what's going on, bro? I think that we're moving in the right direction. He has corrected and established a culture. He is starting to establish an identity for this football team, and that's what you want to see before the OTAs and all of that even starts. You want to see that culture building, that structure, that identity being built, so that when they come out onto the field, they embody it, they show it, they play like it. And that's what I'm waiting to see.
Absolutely. And like I say, I agree. Like you said, the identity is built. I feel like, as far as I'm concerned, like he's made it. You can't make it any clearer or what kind of football team you want to be with some of the offseason.
We are going to be a physical team on both sides of the ball.
Can't make it any clearer. They didn't lay it out there. They didn't put it right out there in your face. This is what's coming at y'all, league. This is what New York Giants are going to do. Like I said, I can't wait to see Scatterboo and Ricard inside the 5 down the goal line. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see somebody try to stop that.
We don't need no tush push. We're going to run you over.
So I'm excited for the offseason. I'm excited for how the rest of the offseason plays out. I'm definitely excited to get to September and see this season kick off, man. Like I'm ready for it. And I want all the work. I want to talk shit to jokers again. Y'all Eagle fans, I can't stand y'all. And I want to just be able to talk trash again. Like I want to go hard on y'all again. Not just saying shit that I know ain't even really true because I know we whack and y'all so real good. I want to be able to talk that shit again. I want to be able to stomp y'all out like my boy Michael Strahan.
I was just about to say, what we gonna do? Stomp that ass. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm wet, man. That's what I'm hyped for.
I can't wait. It's coming this season too. I'm telling you. Because we already beat them once last year.
What's going on, Jesus, man? I appreciate you popping in, man. But I'm about to wrap up for right now, man. Been on here nearly an hour and a half, man. But we'll be back later on Big Lou channel, man.
9:45, man. Tap in. You heard?
Absolutely, man. I'm gonna go out and enjoy a little bit more of this nice weather real quick for for the sun go all the way down. But I appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure y'all like, subscribe at my channel, Mac the Giants Fan. Trying to grow, man. Trying to get there, man. Trying to be better. Keep trying to improve my brand, man. And I need the support. Don't take nothing to hit that like button, man. You know what I mean? Just help me grow. And I appreciate it. The content's gonna keep flowing. And I love talking to y'all. I love talking to your Giant football to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. And I'll check y'all back out later on, man. Catch me on Big Lou channel, man. G Nation Inside Sports, man. It's your boy Mac the Giants Fan here with Big Lou. Pack. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants Fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants Fan. That's MACDA Giants Fan.